got to go where we're sitting at right now.
Right.
That COVID and, of course, the pandemic that we're living in, and, of course, this horrific time we're living in. You at the forefront. You out here. You're not letting let your voice be silent, as you never do. Let's talk about, what's going on in the world today. What's happening in this world. And what are you telling your sons?
What I've been telling them, this is America. Be careful. You're a black man. You 5 steps behind to begin with. You guilty to prove it innocent. And move in silence. Because we targets, and that's just what it is. Ain't no specific particular type of black man. It's all black men.
Right.
And the world is starting to see it. But imagine all of the violence that doesn't get captured on camera. Imagine all of the years where we've been saying we've been beat up by the police and harassed and pulled over and set up and framed and snitched on and this and that, and it's swept under the rug. So now I just feel like this generation is cut from what we was cut from. My generation was the slaves, was the grandparents. I mean, we the grandparents of the slaves you couldn't kill. So imagine what this generation is. If you couldn't kill our grandparents and you couldn't kill us, you damn sure not gonna kill them. So it's gonna be some get right. It's gonna be a lot of get right. That's why it's translating into other races and other people supporting the movement, because it's a real movement. It's not a color movement. It's a feeling, the way you feel. If you have any conscience and feeling and love about yourself, you cannot stand to see that done to anybody, because you feel like that's who you are. Like if I watch somebody get shot or killed on TV, I don't care what color they are. I have a emotional feeling in me that makes me hurt. To feel for their family, to feel for them, to feel for, not just to be like, how they had that coming. Even the worst of the worst.
So you feel like the country is banding together right now? It's a different change because, of course, like your kids, of course, grew up. Like when we grew up, it was just black people. Now they grow up in a multicultural world, and the generation today is, I'm saying I have an issue with the fact that you treat Kevin wrong or unjust, as if he's 3/4 of a man. Your kids have grown up with in a multicultural, community. Right. So now the young people are actually fighting for justice for everybody. So when you go outside, it's probably what I've been saying probably about 60 or 70% white folks.
Me too. And that's what I was saying, as far as like the movement is spreading into other people's hearts. When it becomes your heart and your spirit, it ain't nothing you can do about it. It's all about the feeling now. They got the passion for it because they know wrong is wrong, and they don't want to be associated with wrong. They want to be associated with right. And that's why they're going, exactly. But right is right and wrong is wrong. There's no in between. So that's what they're getting involved for, because their heart is telling them this is the right thing to do, and they're exposing each other. They're telling on each other. They're showing racism at their house. They're showing how it's affecting their whole family and how certain kids are going against it and don't want to be a part of it. And certain neighbors got to deal with racism, and it's like they got to deal with it now the way we've been having to deal with it every day of our life. So when they step into the movement, they have to take on everything that we take on, because now they looked at as one of us.
So Charlemagne and Puff are brothers. They said they're going to hold their vote hostage. Do you feel the same way? And if you don't, explain that to me, how you feel about that.
I mean, I don't know about the word hostage, but I understand what they mean as far as like a unified vote from the people. But I think people need to get unified first before we can start appointing, these types of rules and regulations. But the whole spirit of it all is in the right area of where we need to be. Us as a unit, as a people. So when we vote, we vote. When we don't vote, we don't vote. When we go for one cause, it's the cause we going for. So we know that if we vote now, we trying to vote this nigga out of the office because he's something terrible. He don't like nobody that ain't with what he with. The minute they stop, following his rules, he go bad on them. So that's the bad kind of president to have. We want a president that's a politician, that's able to negotiate and have heart and feeling and, fair. And, some things go this way, some things go that way. He's just one-sided, and that's it. That's all. And that's the whole purpose of us getting together to be able to vote, to be able to make change and to make moves that can affect policy right away.
Yeah. So, and then So again, I think a lot of people are still unclear about voting. So if you speak to that even more so, the importance, because I heard you say that you're probably going to vote this year, and you had
I,
never voted before.
I am. I never voted because they always would deter me away. You know, if you got a
Hmm.
criminal record, you
Right.
can't vote. They would always put, hurdles and obstacles to deter you from voting. You got to wait in line for 6 hours. You got to do this. So that's like the kind of shit we'd be like, man, fuck that. I ain't finna wait in line to vote.
Wow.
That's what they do
Wow.
to throw us off. You feel what I'm saying? As opposed to like, they're standing in line for 2 days to
Hmm.
get their people in office. So that's what we have to change our mentality. That's why I was like, you know what? Let me stop talking about it and be about it. Let me go
Right.
ahead and register and do my thing so that way I won't just be saying, hey, everybody, go vote. And I ain't motherfucking voting.
So with that being said, of course, it's going to be more difficult than waiting in a 2 hour line now. This time around, they're going to make it extremely difficult. How you feeling? What's your approach about that? You're going to stay diligent. You're going to stay focused on the task. I'm saying your vote needs to be counted. Are you locking in?
I'm locking all the way in and I'm going to help others lock in. I'm going to help the brothers that don't know how to get
Wow.
involved because I don't know
Wow.
how to. So when I
Right.
learn, they going to learn. So it's just going to
Got
be
it.
free information, good game. And for those, players that's on parole, they can
Got it.
register as well. There's certain people that don't know that they can vote and don't understand that they can. So it's just a matter of
Hmm.
when you do it, you make it easy for everybody who thought they couldn't do it to go ahead and
Got
do
it.
it.
Absolutely. So they're opening up the country. Everybody's in a rush to get back outside. What's your feeling about that? Because they haven't came up with a cure yet. I heard that it's been spiking. Because of course I haven't been out really in about 13, 14 weeks. So
Right.
what's your feeling about the fact that everybody's in a rush to get outside?
I'm not in a rush. I think they should take their time until they figure out what the whole play is all about. I
Hmm.
mean, just to make sure that it's safety first. I know we
Right.
went off into the protest and the movement so fast because it just happened and spontaneous, and you can't control your emotions, and it had to happen. But
Hmm.
we got to get back to being safe again. A lot of that contact and not being 6 feet. And it just was a lot going on. So we need to get back into the house and make sure that we right for about 30 days before we go back out. I think we should do about another 30 days of locked up.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
I think so too. I think so as well. I think that and they said something. I got a post. I put up a post the other day that Melinda Gates said that black folks should get the vaccination first. I said what they should do is we should do like a big fundraiser, big pay-per-view situation where we watch them get it first, and then we monitor them, and then we
You
monitor
stupid.
them, and we monitor them for about a good 90 days and see how effective it is. And then at that
I
point in time, 'cause I'm
love
gonna
it.
tell you, that's the type of person I am, right? I'm like, if I go to the gym and you tell me to lift 500 pounds, if you can't lift it, then you can't tell me to lift it. You gotta be able to lift it first. You gotta show me it can be done.
I think I went on your page and commented. I said,
You did. You
I
did.
said, Bill, you and her,
Right.
y'all go first,
Right.
and then in a couple of weeks
Right.
after the results, I might think about it.
Yeah, yeah, so you might think about it. I ain't say I'm doing it. I might think about it. Absolutely.
What they think we some lab rats or something? If y'all don't get
Dude,
out of
no,
here,
listen,
man.
but you gotta understand, that's what the whole country opened it up about. Your Steelers and the NFL owners. First off, let's deal with your Steelers, because I'm Eagle, I'm Eagle down. We at Pennsylvania, but I mess with the green and white. I'm saying how I get down. You know
Right.
what I mean? I know you rocking with your yellow and black, but I'm just saying how y'all looking this year?
I think we're gonna be all right. Ben Roethlisberger is back. We're gonna play it by ear, see what it do. But as
Mm-hmm.
far as like the owners, remember, our owner is the reason that there is a rule for minorities getting hired, or at least getting the opportunity to get hired.
Mm-hmm.
It's called the Rooney Rule. Art Rooney is the owner of the Steelers that passed away. That was a rule put in effect by him to make sure that minorities had the opportunity to get, you know, job interviewed for coaching spots
Right.
to be able to elevate in the field of football, not just on the field. So that rule was put in place by Mr. Rooney, and it's not being honored. It's not being respected. For one, the NFL blackball Colin Kaepernick.
Well,
Um,
I just saying it to you about the weed. I'm saying now you got to hold the owners at a higher level of responsibility, because you got to give Cap a job.
well, they the good old boys. So if one say no, they all say no. If you notice, you ain't heard none of them speak since none of this went down
Yeah,
because they with the president, and they know if they speak, he
they're
gonna
gonna
be on
blast him.
their head,
They're gonna be on that. Yeah.
and they ain't gonna be able to get out of it. Like Drew Brees was able to get out of it. Because Drew Brees got his own heart, mind, and soul, and he lived in New Orleans, and he's been affected with love, and he's been given love, and he's been spending money and spending time, and now he's going to understand what that culture is about. But these owners don't have to do that. They, you know, they live way up top, and you know, y'all run around on the field, get that money for it, fill these stadiums up, and get these viewers up, and y'all shut up and run touchdowns. But it need to be a whole conversation, because to me, I'm watching the Major League Baseball do a lot of negotiating right now, and like saying, "Hold on, we ain't shut up, we ain't doing nothing." And Major League saying we getting 80% of our money, and we ain't even playing 50% of our games. Shut up. And we get all our money. Major League Baseball get paid 100% guaranteed. So how is baseball one of the weakest sports? No disrespect. When I say weak, I mean nobody's watching it as much as they're watching basketball and football. But
About 20% attendance.
But they have more say-so and more guarantee to get money and revenue when their owners aren't making as much money as the NFL and the NBA owners. So my thing would be, see, I couldn't play in the NFL or the NBA because I would be that Malcolm X kind of nigga. I'd be like Colin Kaepernick and still motherfucking playing and still talking shit. Like, nigga, y'all better give me a motherfucking job. Because that's what it got to be. Because if you don't, they're going to keep doing it again and
you
again.
You got to stand. You got to band together. You got to band together.
This the era that can change that shit.
Yes, absolutely. So, Pac, what would he be saying? What would he be doing today if he was alive in this space that we're in?
Everything I just said. He'd be that Malcolm X radical nigga, but he would be a thinker. He would be smart. He would be sharp. He would be calculated with the way he moved. And it would be a lot of whack rappers would be non-existent right now. It would be a couple of lanes would be plugged up right now. You know what I'm saying? Sucker shit wouldn't be allowed. You know, the way all this sucker shit getting leaked out and the way it's acceptable. But hey, it's not here or there. I'm just saying, you know, we come from an era where, you know, you had to be authentic and you had to be original and true to what you do.
So this is going to be the last one. I'm going to let you roll on this one. 6 degrees of separation. My baby bro, I'm going to tell you who it is. I was with him the day he got the phone call that Charlotte, I was at his house. Charlotte's going to draft you, but the Lakers are going to take you. Who I'm talking about?
You talking about 824.
Hey, talk about him. Okay,
Yeah,
so I just let you know, I've known him since he was 6 years old. I'm with him the day that he gets a call from Jerry West. At his house in North America.
You know where they sent him to live at, right? He lived in Long Beach, in LBC. He lived in Long Beach because that's where the gym was at. The summer league was in Long Beach. So he was staying in the LBC, and I found this out when he came by to see me on the last interview that we had.
What was your relationship with Kobe?
Brothers, love. Like, I was a fan. He was a fan, but it was like a brotherly love. It was not like nobody was a big brother. It's like we seen eye to eye, despite I was a few years older. It just was a mutual love the way we was both winning. He was winning on the court. I was winning in rap, and we was meeting at the 50-yard line to grow as men, to grow as fathers, to grow as husbands, to go through some ups and downs, to really, you know, shape and mold ourselves into who we wanted to be, like a resemblance of each other.
Mount Rushmore. Who's your top 5? Go out with that. Top 5 rappers. Give me your 5. Top 5.
No order.
Let's go. And we're gonna end it on that. We're gonna end it on that.
Let's go. Slick Rick, LL Cool J, Ice Cube, Snoop Dogg.
There you go. Hey, listen. Salute, bro. Salute. Salute.
Charlie Mack. I love you, loved one.
Be blessed. Love you.
Peace.
Be blessed, bro.
All
yes,
the
sir.
time.